cover Bitcoin here. As you can see, everything that we talked about in the previous videos is happening now. We've hit our 69K support, just like we were talking about before. I was mentioning if this support here at 74K is broken, we're coming straight down to 69K. I was mentioning that if we break 80K support, we're coming down to 74K and then eventually breaking and going down to 69. That's exactly what's been happening. So yeah, everything's playing out exactly as expected. The head and shoulders pattern that we talked about before has happened, and you can see that we've broken down from there. The rising wedge right here, which is also a bear flag, has happened, which we can see right here. So everything that we've talked about has been happening literally left and right. Haven't missed on a single thing yet. So that's very nicely. That's very nice. And I mentioned Zcash would have hit $210 because it was just overhyped. That's exactly what's happening. It's almost at $210. So now we're about to talk about what's going to happen next here in the market. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But yeah, let's cover this. So we are at 69.5K. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy that all that's happened. We've went down 8.8% in the last 24 hours on Bitcoin, 20% in the last 7 days, 25% in the last 30 days. So we've been doing a lot of pullbacks here inside of the market. And honestly, it's due for a relief rally. The market is 100% due for a relief rally soon. And that's what I would be expecting to come up next. Now, when it's going to happen, I would say either now that it's hit 69K, or we might come down a little bit lower. And some people might ask, how much lower might we come down if we don't do the relief rally now? Well, a few things you can take into account are previous support and previous resistance levels. So that's pretty much what you would want to be focused on right now. Is where if we had previous support and previous resistance, you've seen that I just marked 64.8K. We can move it up to 65K because why not, right? But yeah, 65K. And the reason why I would say 65K here, you can see here, that's the next support that we have. And it was used as resistance here, used as resistance here, used as support here, a little bit of resistance here, used as support right here, used as resistance here, a little bit of support here. I'm not going to zoom all the way in. If you don't believe me, go check yourself. And then used as support here a little bit. And then we can also zoom in here, and we've kind of touched it a little bit here. So it's no secret that 65K is the next area. If you go back to 2021, you can see when we did the double top, and by the way, double tops are bearish signals. When we did that double top back in 2021, 65K was where it reached during that double top. So I would say if Bitcoin goes below 69K right now, we're going straight to 65K and then probably doing a relief rally from there. So if we do not have the relief rally right now, like if we don't have the relief rally now, then we'll have it at 65K. So that's my guess right there. Eventually, during this bear market, we will hit 50K. Watch my previous videos if you want to know about that. The video I did yesterday. I actually cover that extensively, and I don't really feel like repeating myself on it because I feel like it's going to dilute the message if I keep repeating myself on these different things. So definitely watch the video from yesterday. I go more into depth on the longer term scenarios, but for right now, I'm focused on the short term for this video. So like I said, now if we break 69K and we go below it, then I think 65K will come, and then we will have a relief rally from 65K. Now, is there a possibility that it could go lower before the relief rally? Yes, but this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm betting on. So maybe it doesn't, maybe it does. Maybe we have the relief rally from where we are now. Maybe we come down to 65K and have the relief rally. Either way, I think it's going to be one of those two scenarios, either having it now or at 65K. And there is still the possibility of going lower before that relief rally comes, like down to the low areas of like 60K or 50K, something like that. But anyways, this is the daily chart here. So on the MACD on the daily chart, we can see lots of selling pressure here. I'm pretty sure we might actually end up having the relief rally soon. And I know I've said that so many times during this video. even though it just started. But look, that's because I truly believe like we're bound to have a relief rally soon. This is the percent R trend exhaustion. Usually when it gets to these oversold areas, we have those relief rallies. Usually whenever we get down here to these oversold areas, it usually always happens like that when we get to these oversold areas. So you see it time and time again, and especially when you're deep inside of the oversold areas, you tend to have those, and you can see all the times here, it's the same thing, right? The same thing over and over again. So yeah, so I would say watch out for the relief rally coming soon, and if you go pull up the percent R trend exhaustion on TradingView, and you look at the daily chart on Bitcoin, you can see it is about to come back up. Now personally, I'm not 100% sure if it's going to happen now or if it's going to happen at 65k, but either way, it'll happen, right? So if you want to know what I'm doing personally, I'm not doing anything. I'm not buying, nor am I selling, because my money is better spent in the stock market. Because just to be honest, like in the stock market, like you have these type of moves every single day when you're dealing with options that are about to expire. Like when you're dealing with options that are 1 week close to their expire date and they're close to their strike price, you get these 50 to 100% moves every day in all the stocks. So like I really don't care about crypto moving 5% or crypto moving 8%. Like it doesn't matter to me. Like yes, if Bitcoin recovers from here and goes up, you can get a good return on your investment, but it doesn't move me. But it might be lucrative for some people who don't want to day trade options or stuff like that. So if Bitcoin goes back up to 80k from here, you're looking at 16%. So it's still a good little move, but it's not a move that I want to roll the dice and bet on, even though I have a very strong feeling that it's going to go up and do its thing, right? Now this is the 4-hour chart on Bitcoin. And as you can see here, we have been actively selling off. I think that we might actually start building some bullish divergence. And if we start doing that, that's going to pretty much going to seal the deal for the relief rally. We're probably going to end up seeing it going up from there. Bullish divergence is when you see the price actively going down while the MACD is actively making higher lows, right? We already see the price going down, and now the MACD might start making higher lows. If this low right here continues to go lower, then no bullish divergence yet. There's none yet if that continues to go lower. But if we see this starting to switch into more buying pressure, you see buying pressure here, and then the next one stops like right here, that's bullish divergence, and that kind of confirms a relief rally starting. So that's pretty much what I'm waiting for right now. Just looking at that on the 4-hour chart. And honestly, I did not check that much on this one. So yeah, on the daily chart, yeah, a little bit hard to tell because we just now had a huge selling wave here. So we might have to wait for some buying to come in to see if we're switching into bullish divergence. And then on the 2-hour chart, still inside of this oversold area. So still that's a pretty good sign that we might have buying pressure coming in. Looks like selling pressure is still pretty heavy here, but it's controlled, right? It's not just a huge spike on the 2-hour. It's just, over time selling. We can come over here on the hourly chart. Yep, still in the oversold territory here. And on the MACD here, does look like selling pressure is slowing down a little bit. But yeah, it does look like we might continue down a little bit lower. Now, if we zoom in, what could tell us that we might continue upwards here and not break this, which doesn't matter. By the time I put this video out, we'll know if we're breaking it or if we're going up. So that doesn't matter. But yeah, double bottoms are bullish signals. Double bottoms are bullish signals. And one might look at this and say, hey, this is a double bottom. Really doesn't matter right now because, like I said, we're going to know by the time this video comes out, we're going to know what's really going to happen, if it's going to relief rally from here or if it's going to relief rally from here. So the next important thing to talk about here with a Bitcoin is what happens after that, right? What happens after we relief rally here, or if we relief rally here? And what I would say is now we get into the fun part of things. So let's go ahead and zoom out to the daily. And if you look at the daily, I'll just kind of cover what has happened here. I know I talked about it before, but for one, this boom, 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 head and shoulders pattern. So for one, we had a head and shoulders pattern, right? And now we're breaking down actively from that head and shoulders pattern. After that, now we went down to 80 or 69K. So now you could say, hey, I think it's going to do a recovery from here and then continue downwards. I think if we do a recovery, we get like a short-term recovery, bull trapping people and recovering up to 80K, anywhere from 80K up to 100K. I think if we do that, it will bull trap people, especially if it gets all the way up to 108K and continues downwards. I don't think it'll go all the way up to 108K, but I do think because 108K is the last highs where we had a massive drop, right, or massive pullback. So I think that we would actually end up getting closer to 80K here, because then we're going to be right under this support / resistance. And then if it really, really breaks past that, then 100K, and that'll be right where the right shoulder was for the head and shoulders pattern, and then a continued sell off. So I would say if you guys find a way to get in before the relief rally, personally, I would wait a little bit. I think that we might hit 65K, but I don't know. It might not happen like that. So it's really all up to you. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, and none of this is financial advice. It's really all up to you whether or not you want to get in now or wait and see if we are in fact going to have, another pullback down to 65K. So, it's just up to how you want to treat that situation. But yeah, personally, I'm going to sit here and wait, even though it does look like we're doing a double bottom at 69K and then doing that relief rally from there. But if not, we got 65K. So all in all, when you look at this realistically, this is a good thing that Bitcoin has crashed. It's a good thing, especially for the people that sat on the sidelines. I'm not going to say for the people that were smart that sat on the sidelines, because some people are in this for the long run. So they're just going to hold it and hold it and hold it. And that's not necessarily not smart of them, because that's their strategy. So it's smart of them if they follow their strategy and dollar cost average. So it's all about what strategy you're taking. So like I said, if we have a relief rally from here upwards to 100K, or here upwards to 80K, or from 65K to 80, 65K to 90 or something like that, I would probably end up getting out around that 80K, 90K area. I don't even know if it'll go all the way up to 90 back again. So maybe at around the 80K area, somewhere like that. And if it does go above there, then around like the 90K or 100K area. So if you see a nice big relief rally, that's probably a good signal to take a step back and let the market continue to sell off. You also got to remember, like, this is what the rich people do. This is what the people on top do. Like, they get everyone to rally around something. They put it all on the news articles, CNBC. If you start seeing this stuff on the news, you gotta sell. You started seeing silver on the news. You started seeing gold on the news, Bitcoin. That means that it's time to sell. Anytime you start seeing any of this stuff on the news, you know that it's probably going to be a good time to sell. So yeah, you never really want to stay in when everything is trending on the news, right? And right now, what is everyone rallying around? They're all rallying around the fact that Bitcoin is done, crypto is done, everything's going to keep crashing and crashing. So what do you think happens next? Like I was mentioning before, the relief rally. And then what happens is everyone is going to rally back in on the relief rally. Maybe it'll push up to 80K, maybe 90K, maybe 100K. But what's going to end up happening is everyone's going to get back on the bandwagon of, oh, this is the real altcoin season. This is the real bull market. Like everything's back again. Everything's back again. And then people are going to start talking about it on the news, influencers. And then once the people on top see, okay, they have bought the narrative once again, let's dump on them again and let's bull trap them again. The same thing is going to happen. People who are longs are going to get liquidated, and all of that liquidation money is going to go into shorts, and they're going to keep driving the price down, and they're going to keep making that money, and they're going to keep taking your money. And as that happens, when it finally bottoms out, they're going to let it level out for a little bit. They're going to let it trade sideways for a little while, and then they're finally going to get back in, and then the real bull market is going to start again. And we've already had the bull market. I mean, we were in a bull market from 2023 till 2026. We were in a literal, well, not 2026, till the end of 2025. So all of 2023, all of 2024, and almost all of 2025, we were in a bull market. So about 2 months, or 2 years and 10 months, right? Give or take 2 years and 10 months. Because look, in October, that's where the bull market ended. October 7th, October 5th, whatever you want to call it. That's when the bull market ended. So if you actually go back and look at this will help you for the next bull run, to know like when is the next bull run going to start. I would say towards the end of 2026 and the beginning of 2027. When did the bull market start last time? Because look, it flattened out, it leveled out, and the same exact thing that happened last time happened again. And this is actually perfect because it brings me back to another point. Look at how when we bottomed out here, 24K. All right, so look, the first dump here on 2021 going into 2022, we then had a nice relief rally going from 32K all the way up to 48K. And then it dumped again. And then you had another relief rally going from 25K to 32K. Then you dumped again. Then there was another relief rally from 18K back to 25K. And then it continued to dump all the way down to 15K until it was completely over with. And then on January 1st, reset the market. January 1st, 2023, reset the whole market. As soon as that happened, boom, bull market started. January 1st, 2023. And now we are seeing a similar thing. So what happens now? So now you see the dump, and then we've seen the relief rally from 80K all the way up to 98K. And now we're dumping again. And now we've hit 69K. We might go down to 65, 69/65K. And then we will have another relief rally bringing us where? Bringing us to the support of the last dump. The support of the last dump, like I said, was 80K. I think we'll have a relief rally pushing us all the way up to 80K, possibly even 98K, but I want to stick with 80. And then I think we'll have another dump. The next dump then brings us where? Let me bring this back. The next dump brings us, if we haven't already did 65K, it brings us down to 50K. Then what happens after that? Then we have a relief rally to the previous support, which would be 69K or 65, whichever one we stop at. So then we have the relief rally going from 50K all the way back up here to 65/69K. And then we have the next dump, brings us down to 40K. Relief rally, next dump down to 30K, end of bear market. And then we start again, right? So yeah, I think 30K, anywhere, like I said before in my previous video, anywhere from 50 to 30K is my bottom price for this run, or for this bear market, anywhere from 50K to 30K. I'm leaning more towards 30K, which is like the lowest I think it'll do, because the last time it did 15K. I don't think it'll go all the way down to 15K. There's just too many people on the Bitcoin wait for that. They're not going to let it do that. But anyways, I do think 30K to 50K is going to be that level for us to watch out for. So yeah, that is pretty much going to be my whole thesis there. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. This is pretty much how I think things are about to play out here on Bitcoin. And I think, again, this is a really good thing. This is really good. It's always good to have these market resets. It's always good to have these market resets. You never want things to be too overpriced, because then it's not a good time to buy if it's overpriced. But like right now, with this being a good pullback, it's probably a good time to buy. And the relief rally is going to be even nicer. It's going to be even nicer once you see that relief rally. So yeah, this is all I got for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this financial advice. As always, I'll be back with another video.